talk about everything, play music in between. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene. Talking music, you know what I mean. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene.
Hello, we are back. Part 2 of Chad's Underground Scene with Casey Royer. Okay, we're back. You got a million stories, so
man,
just come up with a random one and tell me.
Okay, check this
tell
one
me
out.
A great rock
I got
and
a good
roll
one. I got a good
punk
one.
rock story.
Here's the best one. Pull my finger. No. Okay, that one's not as
That's
good.
a sad story.
Okay, check this out. Okay, we're on tour with the Misfits, right? And we're in San Diego at 4th and B, I think. And I'm in the parking lot. We had a tour bus. All of us did because we're on the road and stuff. And the Misfits had their tour bus and stuff.
Yeah.
So Jerry was on the bus, and these two kids come up to me and go, "Can we meet Jerry?" And I'm all like, well, he doesn't really come off the bus. So they showed me a picture of these two guys. They're about 21 years old, 22, and they were Marines. And they had this Misfits banner in Baghdad on day one of the invasion. They held up this banner with the bombs blowing up in back of them and stuff, and like machine guns going off. These kids took the time to hold up the banner in their, like, camouflage stuff.
It
says Misfits,
right?
had, like, had Die For Me, or had that, that skeleton thing with the, martini glass. And then I look at the picture, I'm all like, oh, shites. I'll be right back. So I went on the Misfits bus and told Jerry, and Jerry looked at it and just goes, oh my goodness, go get him. And I went and got him, and they went on the bus and talked to Jerry and walked out with all this merchandise. And Jerry just tripped out because he's all, man, that's the most dedicated thing you could do, probably, is hold up the band's banner in the middle of Baghdad being invaded in the Persian Gulf. And there was tracers going off in the back. I'm all like, oh my God, I wish I had that picture. I should have taken a picture of that picture.
And it's amazing what you see with fans going to punk rock shows, right?
Yeah. Like,
that you look up to, right? You go,
man,
wow, you did that. There's so many things people do, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, you've seen a lot of that.
And they tell you a story, and you're like,
I was there.
That beats all my stories. Their stories, right? Them standing in Baghdad with that beats any story I can come up with.
That's a pretty good one, huh?
Right? I can't beat that story.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome, man. The Misfits have made their mark, man. I love those guys. One time I got to sing Blitzkrieg Bop in Philadelphia while DI was on tour on the Fiend Fest tour 2007. It was the Misfits, the Damned, Agnostic Front, the Dickies, DI, and Balzac from Japan. It was the best, most frantic tour ever. So we're playing in Philadelphia, and we're all like cruising around. We've been on tour for about 2-3 weeks, and Jerry's all, hey man, you want to sing Blitzkrieg Bop, Case? And I'm all like, hell yeah. So I'm up there singing Blitzkrieg Bop with the Misfits in front of like about 5,000, well, maybe about 2,000 people. It was like we're right in the middle kind of like arena, not huge, but so I'm singing the very finalized Hey Ho Let's Go with Jerry only walks right up to me from Misfits, Marky Ramone playing drums on that tour.
Oh, sweet.
And Des Cadena, one of my best friends of all time, playing guitar for the Misfits, walks up right next to me on that side. I was encompassed by like the Ramones, the Misfits, and Black Flag, and singing Hey Ho Let's Go. And that was just, that was a memory. That was a memory.
It's an all-star
I didn't realize it.
Punk rock band.
I didn't realize it until I saw the picture of it, and I'm all like, oh my God, it's like I was with like Lou Reed, Johnny Cash, and Frank Sinatra.
There you go.
Frank Sinatra. But yeah, that was a good moment. How about you? How about you, Chad? What's a great moment? Other than having the same name as Brandon Fraser from Airheads.
Right, yes, yeah.
Remember Chad? Airheads, Brandon Fraser? I'm Chad. What were they called? The Lone Rangers. Remember, let's start a band called the Lone Rangers. You can't be lone, plural, Rangers. Well, I don't really understand that part of the English part of that title.
So one of mine was probably at one of my most missed clubs, Fender's Ballroom.
Oh, Fender's.
So we played one night, and it was Mentors opening the show, and then Easter played, and then Agent Orange, and then Adolescence.
That
Just
was
a great show,
That was
Bill.
a great one.
Yeah.
I was there, right?
And yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
And
Well,
then
I had to have been there.
And that night, we're in the middle of our set, and you probably remember, at right above the stage at Fender's, there was a beam that went all the way across.
Oh yeah, you'd get up on that thing, you'd put your like legs and stuff, and you'd army crawl.
Right. Yeah. So
the
we're
best.
in the middle of a song, and I do I'm going to do the greatest jump, and I jump up, and I hit that beam, and it knocked me clear out.
What?
Right, immediately.
Really? Oh.
I was out on the floor, laying on the floor with my bass on top of me, and nobody in my band knew. They kept playing the song.
That's who I went to the bathroom on?
And then
shoot, I'm sorry.
And then I came to, and I was like, what the hell? And I could still hear him playing the song, and I got back up and started playing, and
oh my God, that's awesome.
And then at the end of the show, we're back in the backstage area, and a couple people come up to me, and they're like, dude, that little stage dive thing you did on the stage where you rolled around on the ground and then got back up, that was the coolest rock and roll move ever.
Really, I just fell down and knocked myself out.
Yeah, I just knocked myself
Dude,
out.
that is classic. Oh my God, the dumbest things we've ever done are the most bitchin' things we've ever done.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a fine line between stupid and clever.
And I had a lot of fun ones there. I was doing another show at Fender's, and my cousin, we had done a couple shows where this pyrotechnics guy came in, and he did. That was when all the '80s bands and on Sunset Strip were starting to do the fireworks and all the explosions,
fire pods, Michael Jackson.
So we got this guy, and he did a couple big shows we did.
Yeah.
And then my cousin goes, dude, I could do that when you're playing Fenders in like a month from now.
Was he a fire blower?
He goes, I could do it for you, and so so I don't know what the hell he did. He put lighter fluid or something on my bass, and so in the middle of the set he lights it, and then I'm on fire. I'm
it's not burning you, really.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Well, you stay moving.
And the next thing, he just pushes me onto the ground, and he throws this blanket over me, and he's going, dude, it wasn't going out.
We're lucky we're alive.
And I'm going, look how impressed they are.
Yeah. Got our fingers. We still got our fingers and stuff. And, oh my God. Yeah, that's a good one though. Yeah, you're all like, I am on fire. He's all, don't worry. It's like lighter fluid, because lighter fluid will burn this far off your skin.
I'm a professional.
Yeah, if you put it on your arm, light it on fire, and keep going like this, it won't burn you for at least until it burns off.
No, exactly.
It's a test, and it's an action test. You could catch your hair on fire, but it's the things that happen when you take chances.
So tell us a little bit of the history of DI.
Oh, shit.
Because that was straight from Adolescence. I don't think you missed a beat. You went straight from Adolescence
into DI.
And then Radolescence came along later.
DI was kind of like when I moved out of the house. Remember I told you, Mom, on television, I started college. We moved into a place called Brea Beach. I named everything where I moved the beach, because I live at the beach. I love the beach. If I was in an apartment away from the beach, it was Brea Beach. So we lived at Brea Beach, and my roommate, Steve Roberts, and me and him just made up a fun band called DI with Daryl, this guy next door, and we're just jamming, making stuff up. Like I hate surfing in HB. Some of the early DI stuff that we were just playing in my living room.
Some of the greatest surf and skate songs.
So we started under a second band under the Adolescence, and then the Adolescence kind of crumbled, and then DI songs and DI gigs started excelling, and then Rick ended up being in DI from the Adolescence, and then it just grew and grew and grew. So we segued quite easily, because it's weird, we built up to a certain level, and people kind of were liking DI more than the Adolescence at that time. I don't know why. I remember one time at Fender's, we almost sold the place out, and then Adolescence played, and not very many people showed up. Kind of change of colors, changing of the guards, So, and then Tony was in the Flower Leopards, and I don't know how far that really went. They didn't really tour that much. I don't know why. He's been in a few bands that have frazzled, and all the other bands kind of frazzled, but DI just kind of carried on, Even though DI started in 1984, and when we did the movie Suburbia, we actually started in 1979, when we were just making up the songs just for fun. I was the bass player. I was the bass player. Steve Roberts, who was on the Welcome to Reality EP. That's the one guy that took Rick's place. Steve Roberts was my friend. And, so we started the first DI.
And then I remember one of the gigs that you played. And
Christian Death was really close.
You got
to us,
on
yeah.
stage, and you played like 3 or 4 songs, and then you go, I get this brand new song, and I want everyone to hear it, but I don't know the lyrics yet. And then you whipped out a piece of paper. You just out of your pocket like this.
You go, here it is, everyone.
And then you started the song, and you had that piece of paper.
What song was it?
I can't remember the song. It was so great.
There's lots of video archives out there.
I can't remember the song, but it was so great. I was like, oh my God. And it was because it was brand new, and you and you nailed it. It sounded great. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
That's classic, man. That's
classic. It was an inspiration to me. I'm going, you know what? You should always do brand new stuff because it's great.
Yeah.
Because it's in the moment and people they're gonna love it, and everyone loved it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
See, that was the difference between punk and standard rock then, because standard rock would like practice their songs and go out and act a little arrogant and all that stuff, and like we're everything. But punks will just like write the songs at the gig. I mean, the nonchalant like approach was so comforting in like a pressury musical world at that time. Journey, 5,000 tracks. We're all Sid Vicious, and Steve Jones and Johnny and Paul Cook, 4 noisy boys, and so we're all changed, for life. That was my very first single, was "God Save the Queen" on a 7-inch blue with the Queen's picture on it, and that was, I got that when I was a junior in high school. I had my record player in my room at my parents' house in Fullerton, kind of by Cal State, where we all had our studios and stuff, and just like putting it on, and just that guitar progression, for "God Save the Queen" is just so dynamically loud, and just what do you do with that when everything else is all like glittery and magical music, like Yes, amazing, Genesis, Foreigner, which
had its place, but it wasn't big in my stereo.
Yeah, what a weird thing.
It was fun to listen to. I was like,
Iggy.
I was like, this is so weird. What is going on?
I know, but it was fun to go see the shows, because when I was like younger, like a freshman, we'd go see like Aerosmith and like
In fact, who's
and
playing
Zeppelin and just all these hippie bands, and we're all like kind of hippies, a little hippied out. But
in fact, I saw it at Orange County Fairgrounds. Flaming Lips are going to be playing.
No way.
Yeah.
It's so glad.
I was like, I gotta go to that.
It's a nice time to be alive, my friends. So yeah, it's great to be here on the Chad Show. The Chad Show is like one of my favorite shows right now that I haven't seen yet, but as soon as I do see it, I'm sure I'll feel the same way.
Right, he might be on it.
I might be on it. Well, I'll like that episode. This one's my favorite episode that I haven't seen as well. But
so DI is active to this day.
DI is going crazy.
So tell us what's going on right now with DI, because that's exciting.
DI's like we're like Bachman Turner Overdrive. Everybody loves DI. We played Rebellion Fest. We were in the top 10 critics list of all the critics. There's like 10 critics. We're like in the top 10 of the hundreds of bands. We're doing really good. We have a new guitar player, Trevor Luca, who's from Long Beach, so he kind of fills the 2 guitar player portion of DI. And then all the guys, Clint Calton, guitar, Trevor Luca, guitar. They're both lead guitar. And then Joey and Eddie Tatter, on drums and bass. Yeah. And then me, and we've been playing for 20 years now. We all went to the same high school. We all went to the same junior high school, except for Trevor. He's a Long Beach kid. And
you have some new recordings.
Let's see. The recordings would be Cleopatra Records just picked us up, and they've got as many, I think I've got like 12, 13 albums out now, or CDs. Like there's a couple, we just released a greatest hits CD. It's called DI A to Z, and it's got building blocks, very childish, it's stacked with letters on them. And that's on Cleopatra Records. It has 24 songs re-recorded, say greatest hits that we took off of all of our older recordings and re-recorded them in a better content. And so we've got that album out, and a re-release of On the Western Front on Cleopatra Records, which was on Suburban Noise, but they kind of bellied up. So On the Western Front is a re-release. We have a 4-song EP called United We Slam that we did in 2009, and we're presently recording our next album. We have 4 songs done, and we're on a roll.
And you're gonna
like,
do it,
everywhere we play is like, you know, with 2 guitars. And it's funny, Trevor's like 27, you know, so
and
he's
then
got a little voice. He sounds like Alfie Agnew, like in 1981.
Oh yeah, Alfie.
Have a good time. He sounds like a littler guy. So the vocals between Eddie and me and all of us, they sound like they did back in the day. And the kids love the songs. I mean, they grew up with the songs at this point. It's like 30 years in, and they just they're bonded with all of our music,
right? Yeah.
And so it's just like, you know, playing older songs in front of, you know, what it feels like to, you know, have people appreciate your work. So DI's, we're just going off. We just played like last weekend in OB, sellout crowd. We're playing this week in, you know, Huntington, Fitzgerald's. We got shows all over the board. In fact, we did a 30-day tour in Europe right before the pandemic, and packed the house.
Yeah.
It was a tough tour because we didn't take any roadies or merch guys.
Right, so you had to take
I set up the drums
yourself,
for Joey because I'm a drummer, and then Joey would set up the merch, and then we'd like be, you know, it was but 29 shows in 30 days.
And that's punk rock. You do what you need to do.
Yeah, and we killed it, man.
To
we
get
killed
through it, right? You just do it. You just do it, and you don't worry about it.
Yeah, the emotions, the connection you make with people that like grew up with you, say in a different country. I mean, it's just like it's just undescribable. It's just like a feeling like when your wife just had a baby and you just go like this. Oh yeah. Well, maybe not quite like that, but you know, a little close, you know, halfway. But no, but the emotional connection, saying like people say that I helped their lives, having some sort of music like mine to grow up with.
Right.
They thank me and stuff. One guy in, like, you know, Fort Lauderdale, I signed his neck because he had a DI dog, this little dog. And then I signed his neck. He's all, I'm inking that in tomorrow. And I'm all like, what?
Nice.
I just can't even believe it.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, I'm not boasting.
And
but
you never know when you're going to run into those people.
Yeah.
I played this, and then it's funny, there's young people that are the same type of fans, right? I was
just like we're kids.
I was playing this brewery, and after I played, and I was playing acoustic, right? I played an acoustic show, and then after the show, I was out in front and hanging out, and this young guy comes over, he was in his 20s. And he's like, "You're the guy from Easter, right?" And I'm like, "Well, what?" I'm looking at him because he's 20, he's not 50.
Yeah. How'd you know that? Your dad got the record?
And he's like, he goes, "I know your whole history. I've followed everything." He's like, he goes, "I got this video of you guys, and it's like the history of your band and the whole thing, and it's something that we put out years ago, right?" And he found it, right? It's
wow.
And he goes, and then he goes, "And check this out," and he pulls out this album, and it's a blue vinyl album. We put out a limited edition blue vinyl album that there was only so many of those, right? He pulls it out and he goes, "Can you sign this?"
I know. My fans have more stuff than I have.
And I'm just looking at it and I'm going, I can't get that album, right? Yeah.
God, it's weird. We're buying our own material now at this point.
Awesome.
Hey, eBay, can I have some of my stuff? But yeah, everything else is going good, you know.
Cool. So we're going to break away to a DI video. Enjoy.
Pressed, don't hang yourself, okay? It's called Richard Hung Himself. The needles were stabbed into the walls. The executioner's curtain call. Fighting back, he found his life drowning. And there was no way out. 'Cause Richard hung himself, Richard hung himself. It happened just the other day. Jesus caught and pushed him off the shelf. He thought he'd find a better way with stealing and shooting and laughing and dying to death. Ring with black curtains where his clothes was lying. The roof kicked out, the rope climbed the rafters. A quick kick in the chair and it was all through. If Richie only knew. 'Cause Richard hung himself, Richard hung himself. It happened just the other day. Jesus caught and pushed him off the shelf. He thought he'd find a better way. His life suddenly flashed right before his eyes. What a swinging guy, turning gray with mold. This is how he died. Give it up, give it up. Throw your life away on drugs. I'm done. Boiling acid baths, pulmonary wrap. Feel the pulling surge. It won't let you go. Throw it all away. Throw it supposed to be crying. Everybody cry.
So, since this show is about the underground, we went way into the underground a few years back, and
Way
for several
down.
years, and there was a band with a bunch of secret members. And I'd like to talk a little bit about that, because Casey might have been in that band.
Well, my brother was in the band. My brother Clowny. Yeah, Clowny Royer. Yeah, Clowny Royer. See, like when I was born.
So we're going to talk about the Yeasty Boys. Tell us a little bit about that history and how that happened.
That's not me. That's my brother. My brother Clowny was separated from me at birth.
Nobody told you all about it,
with
right?
birth, yeah. There was three of us. There was Carl Boyer, Clowny Royer, and Casey Royer. We were triplets, and we were separated at birth from St. Joseph's Hospital in Orange, and we just recently came back together. No, it's me. So, no, Clowny Royer is in a band called the Yeasty Boys. And the Yeasty Boys was a collection of all of us from Orange County. Darren, Dirt Clown, bass player, the ringleader. We themed everything on clown stuff, and it was the funnest things. We'd sing punk rock songs with clown topics.
Oh, yeah.
Like It's a Holiday and Clown Bodia.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Silly stuff. And we got to be popcorn throwing Olympiads.
Yeah.
And when we really...
And it was just fun
frantic.
From the go. It was fun.
We all had our characters, our faces, and that stuff, and that band was really cool. We played a lot of shows. We got banned from a lot of clubs in Orange County because of the sheer total trash heap we left behind us.
Yeah, no,
like it's at least 2 feet of balloons, cotton candy, popcorn, ticker tape,
silly string, and
smacked up, and everything we could throw in the truck and throw at the crowd. It was mayhem. It was almost like a war.
Oh,
but the Yeasty Boys are great, man. We did a couple things. We did a video called the Bozo Bomb, which is on YouTube. My character Clowny and my character Carl Boyer are both in that video. Have you seen that video? It's like where the bomb hits Orange County and everybody turns into clowns.
Yeah.
So we did this video, Bozo Bomb, on a songbird, Diane, Roberta Bird, from PNX News. She was a video maker at that time. So she made this video for the clowns, the Yeasty Boys. And it's called the Bozo Bomb, and it's really hilarious.
It's so funny.
Everybody's in it, you just clown up if you want to clown up and
you
show up dressed up like a clown to the gigs. It was just refreshingly retarded.
I was lucky enough to actually play a few gigs with you guys, because you came down to South Bay and played.
Right. Yeah.
And I booked the show, so I booked my band on with you guys.
I think I saw you at that outdoor party in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Clowns in the South Bay out in this normal neighborhood. And all the kids are coming out of the houses looking at us. They're like, what are these clowns? We had a school bus, right? So we'd take the school bus and drive to gigs, and we'd be drinking beers, in the bus. It was horrible, but we were clowns. We could do anything and we were bulletproof. Remember that.
Yeah, and then we played with you once at Dollhead, and who doesn't want to play Dollhead? Anytime you get a chance to play Dollhead,
we did the Bozo Bomb. We shot the Bozo Bomb, same place that we shot the Amoeba, short film at the Dollhead. That's the Dollhead, California, on Lincoln Avenue and the 5 Freeway, Anaheim, California. Thank you very much, right by Disneyland. Other than that, the Yeasty Boys were great, and then the ringleader, Dirt Clown, moved to Hawaii, set up a tent there. Everything we speak in is clown content. So he took his elephant over to the Hawaiian Islands, put his big top up there. What happens? Lava ate the whole circus. Dirt Clown's now in his new house in Hawaii. Yeasty Boys haven't played in a while.
That's crazy. My cousin was there when that happened, when all that lava flow came down, and he had to move. He had to move because it was right on his front lawn, right? He was like...
so the Yeasty Boys are morphing into another band called the Clowns, and the Clowns are some of us in the Yeasty Boys, and we're just going to resurrect the Yeasty Boys, and who knows, maybe Dirt Clown will come back and laugh with us and honk our horns once again.
You can do it all again,
And do it all again, because it's just fun. Music is just fun, as you very well know.
Oh, I love it, yeah.
Just people are paying attention to us. And
any way you can get a bunch of punk rockers together, it's a good day.
Yeah, but it was weird, because we wanted people not to pay attention to us. Just like our friends only, pretty much,
Yeah, right, yeah.
Like antisocial, But
and
now,
it was so fun.
Now we're
Everybody
socialized.
Wanted to go, yeah.
Now we're socialized, and we're an item, like an item, a scannable, barcode item, like Chad.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay, records.
Here we go.
Online, YouTube. we're like actually products. We're boxes of intelligence. And feel free to buy all of our stuff, because we're broke as a joke.
Nice.
No, I'm just joking. But thanks for having me. And
okay, so here we go. We're going to break away to their video. Enjoy the Yeasty Boys.
Yeasty Boys.
It's so fun. Honk, honk.
Honk, honk. I love the Yeasty.
ladies and gentlemen. This is Carl C. Boyer from KLWN News. Disturbing story. We're receiving reports that we're being attacked by a small, virtually unknown country west of Afghanistan, better known as Clownistan. It seems these psychotic clowns have launched a bomb attack, and its target is Orange County, California. We'll keep you posted.
Videos. So how do we get a hold of any of your stuff on the internet?
All right, well, Cleopatra Records out of Los Angeles is where you buy all the new stuff. I think it's about 6 albums, and another 6 albums, or 7, are available on Nickel and Dime Records, which is the earlier Triple X collection that they sold off
right
to Nickel and Dime.
And that's Rattlescence is what.
And the Rattlescence, we just pretty much have our own website on Facebook and stuff. You can just look up Rattlescence.
Find out when they're playing.
Yeah, and DI.
How do you find out when DI's playing?
DI, same thing. If you want to book the Rattlescence, just go to our website on Facebook. And if you want to book DI, we go through Artists Worldwide out of Los Angeles, a guy named Chuck Bernal. You heard it here. That's a promo for you, Chuck. But that's all good. Chuck's a great guy. But other than that, we're just putting out records. We're still just as busy as, I work like 3-4 days a week on just doing the band and stuff.
Yeah, that's me every day. I'm doing some kind of music or some kind of project, and
It's awesome, dude.
It just keeps you vibrant and happy and
keeps you
doing
young.
what you want to do,
Keep
right?
good energy.
And
It's
then
like
this
interacting.
doesn't hurt, sitting here in the ocean and
there's little waves. Look at that
talking
swell.
to a friend, right?
Looks like we had about like 2 to 3 foot south
That's
swell.
it, 2 to 3 foot. Yeah.
Winds from the west about like 2 to 3 miles an hour. It's actually looking pretty good. I might go paddle out in a while.
Yeah.
Surfboards all over the place. So hey, hang 10 in East Berlin. Follow Chad. Chad's a great thing to follow. I follow him. I am now.
So so thanks for coming out to Chad's underground scene with my friend Casey Royer. And remember, it all starts in the underground.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for having me, Chad.
Talk about everything, play music in between. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene. Talking music, you know what I mean.